Hello everybody, my name is Marloe and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft 1.18 Survival, where in the last episode we killed the Ender Dragon, we built a giant mob farm, we did some mining and a few other bits and bobs, and we also got ourselves an elytra, which you can probably tell. I've just been enjoying not having to walk around all of the mountain biome here. It was really a pain beforehand, but now we can just soar wherever we want to and it's going to make things so much easier. Especially for what I have planned today, which is to actually start and hopefully finish my survival base. Now, what I have planned is rather large. It's actually quite a gigantic build, and I don't know whether we're definitely going to be able to finish it today, but I'm going to try my very best. So we're going to be building it in this little spot right here, surrounded by these jagged peaks. This entire area is the whole reason why I picked this seed, to be honest. I just loved it so much. It's like the perfect spot for the build I have. But obviously, before we start placing any blocks, we need to start gathering some blocks, and I've made a bit of a materials list for myself, which is currently scrolling across your screen. It's a pretty long one, and it's still going. Yeah, it's a lot of items, but that's everything I have to get to build the entire base. So I suppose there really is no time to waste, so without further ado, let the resource gathering time-lapse begin. At long last, I have most of my items here, or at least all of the main building blocks. There's a couple of interior decorative items that I'm just going to craft up when I need them, but yeah, this is everything I need. There is a whole lot of logs. As you can see, my axe has definitely taken a beating during this resource gathering trip, but I think I've finally got everything except from 3 main blocks: prismarine, dark prismarine, and sea lanterns. And I think we all know where we're going to have to go in order to attain those items, and that is a guardian monument. I can never remember the name of it. An ocean monument? Yeah, that sounds right. We're going to have to go raid one of them super quickly. I know I could do it without having to raid it properly and just get the blocks and go, but Elder Guardians give you mining fatigue, and it's just a big pain in the butt if I have to keep on drinking milk. So I'm going to gather up some supplies, find my nearest ocean monument, and go kill some Ender Guardians. Did I say Ender Guardians? I meant Elder Guardians, of course. I feel like this isn't enough. I think I'm missing something. I know you may be thinking, where are the water breathing potions? Well, I don't have any pufferfish, which is how you brew them, and I cannot be bothered to go and fish for one myself manually, so I'm just going to rely on doors being able to keep me alive. As you can see, it does a pretty good job at allowing me to breathe. We have made it to my nearest ocean monument, which just so happens to be in a frozen ocean, which I think is fine. It shouldn't make too much difference for what I'm needing to do, which is simply raid the place. So I'm going to get my bed, go to sleep, and then in the morning we'll do a nice little ocean monument raid. Should be very fun and not stressful at all, right? It's been a little while since I've raided an ocean monument, but I'm fairly certain the best way to go about killing the Elder Guardians, not Ender, is to place a TNT like this, surround it with blocks, and then place a redstone block on top to blow a hole right above the room where the Elder Guardian is, as you can see. And then very simply, we just go in, slice his face to pieces, and we should be all good to survive, right? And of course, I realize now I probably could have just dug in because he hasn't given me mining fatigue for some reason, but that's what you're meant to do when you do have mining fatigue, as nicely demonstrated by the other one we now have to go kill. Well, he isn't in this room for some reason, so... Oh wait, he's right here. Hang on. Oh, he's probably just swam out. That would be why. Okay, it all makes sense. Ah, you're around here. Hello, my friend. It is time to die. Yes, it is. Hopefully there's no more than 2 because I don't know where they are other than these 2 spots. So, come on now. There we go. Nearly died. That was a bit of a close one. We're okay, though. We're okay. We can just do a little block in, gather ourselves, and place our door down. And now we can breathe. Alright, that was a bit close. Let's be more careful, I think. This seemed like such a great idea. I'm now realizing I have mining fatigue, so I've just gone ahead and trapped myself in this 2x1 hole. And I now have 3 minutes until I can get out, providing there's not another guardian. If so, I honestly have no idea. We might just have to spend the rest of this series in this hole, which wouldn't be great, would it? Oh, great. There's another guardian. Can you even break stuff with mining fatigue? That's my next question. I honestly have no idea. Let's find out. Well, you can, just extremely slowly. Alright, let's not do that again, shall we? There's one at the top, isn't there? I forgot about this one. I'm pretty sure there's a central room with the Guardian in, so fingers crossed I'm right. Otherwise, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Wonderful. Okay, awesome. Let's get rid of this guy, and we should be all good once this mining fatigue is gone to do some mining and gather up the blocks I need. And we are good to go. Wonderful. I'm going to gather pretty much as my shulker box and my breath can take because I don't really want to have to come back here all that often. At some point in this series, I'm definitely going to make a proper Guardian farm. Maybe not to the same extent I have before in other series on my channel, but yeah, I definitely need one because Dark Prismarine alone, it makes it worth it. I absolutely love this block and I've never really properly used it in survival. I found the sponge room, and although I don't really need this at the moment, I'm most certainly going to grab it because this stuff is rare, super rare, and if I ever need to clear a body of water, well, it's going to be so much easier with these. Not too shabby at all. This will definitely be enough for today's build, and maybe I'll even have a little bit extra if I want to use it slightly in another build. But yeah, that Guardian farm, definitely on the list at some point. There's also a local village to the Guardian Monuments. It's literally just right over there, like 100 blocks in that direction. I always like coming across these snowy biome ones. They just feel really quite cozy, despite literally everything being built out of spruce, although I'm not one to complain about that. I build most of my stuff out of spruce as well. But yeah, it's just a really nice cozy vibe around these places. I feel a bit bad about this because it's quite clearly break time for the villagers. They're sat around the bell having a chat, but these are rare and I kind of want to take it. So, sorry guys, you're going to have to find somewhere else to talk. And now I've found a ruined portal. I'm really getting distracted. I want to do some more exploring. I feel I haven't done enough considering the whole new generation. Yeah, there was never going to be anything good in there, was there? Another one of these cozy villages with a house very precariously placed on this piece of land. Yeah, that doesn't seem safe. My dear friend, you look so incredibly trapped and uncomfortable in there. There you go. You're welcome. You are free to go and try not to get stuck in another tree again. Alright, I think that's enough distractions. It's time to head home. And we are now back home, safe and sound, and honestly guys, I've got everything ready to go for the build. I say we just go ahead, jump straight into a time-lapse, and get the exterior of my survival base all done. So there we go everybody, this is my survival base. I have been working on this for nearly a month now, chipping away at it every so often, building piece by piece and putting it all together, tweaking it each time I do, and eventually this is what I've landed on. This is the finished product and I'm actually really quite proud of it. So I sincerely hope you guys like it too and that I haven't just developed some kind of tunnel vision for this build because I know it's a peculiar one, but I think at the same time as that, I think it's also a really cool looking build. So as I said, this is something I've been gradually building up. I've kind of done one section at a time. So the very first thing I did which sparked the idea of this build was the weird sort of base shape at the bottom here. As you can see, we're using a gradient with the black concrete powder to black stone to smooth basalt to deep slate to regular deep slate, and we kind of have this curved formation with the trapdoors, which is a bit more obvious around the back here, as you can see. But yes, this was the first thing that I did, and then I kind of built on from there. So I think the next thing I added in was the towers, and then I worked on this central bit and ended up with this copper topper, is what I've been calling it, because it's a lot of copper up here, and I really like this bit in particular. I think the warped and the copper and the blue glass and the prismarine, they just go so weirdly well together, in my opinion. And then I added the two sections on the side because I felt like that was missing something. It seemed a bit too not wide enough, shall we say. So I added in those two sections, then the entranceway at the front here, then all of the smaller stuff like the balcony we have round the back, and also the giant crystal we have at the top. So of course you guys already got a glimpse at the materials list for this build, so you could probably tell it was going to have quite the block palette. But yeah, there's a lot going in here. It's a little bit similar to my starter house in that way, the fact that it's a weird combination of a bunch of different blocks that all come together to create a funky looking building, something that's rather unique, and I've definitely done that with this one, and I actually really am enjoying doing that. I definitely think that's going to be a theme for my world here, or at least for this sort of mountain that we're building on. I just want to try out some new things, mess around with some different styles like nothing I've ever done before, and play with new blocks I've never really built with before. I'm having lots of fun designing these new builds. The last thing I want to mention is how cool does it look with the location we have here. My favorite viewpoint I think is actually down here at some point in time, definitely not today, probably quite a lot of episodes in the future, but I want to build pathways around all of this, so maybe we can have a pathway going up here, kind of curving around and eventually ending up at our doorstep there. It just seems like a wonderful walk up to whatever this is. I'm honestly not sure, but as I said, yeah, I'm really happy with it. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So as you can tell, the interior is very much so unfinished. In fact, I haven't started in here at all. And I think we've done enough time lapses today, plus interior time lapses aren't exactly the best. They're a bit tricky to do because you're rather confined with space. So what I'm going to do is do all of the interior off camera, and then I'll give you a grand tour around after. It is done, and just in time because a thunderstorm I think has just begun, so I say we fly on out of this and get ourselves inside and I can show you guys all around everything I've done. So there's a couple of things left to do, but the majority is entirely finished. So this is our entranceway, of course, and I think first of all let's head down to the storage room. Now currently this is completely empty. There's nothing inside of here. I've still got all of that to do. Got to label the chest. That's going to be a whole task of its own. But yes, this is my storage room, and it's pretty large but not too large. It's actually kind of perfect for myself personally. Each to their own. Some people like a bigger storage room, some people like a smaller storage room, but this I think is exactly what I need. I believe there's 110 double chests in total, although I could be wrong. It's somewhere around there. But over here we have all of our utility blocks, and over here we have a nice little brewing setup that I'll use from time to time. Going back up the stairs, we are greeted with the entranceway again, which I might have to alter, come to think about it, because mobs can quite easily just walk up into here. They probably won't, but the possibility is still there, so I might have to just put a fence gate across or something like that. But we're then led up the staircase and then down this miniature one to our foyer, I guess is the best way to describe what this is. It doesn't provide any function, it's purely aesthetic. We have some armor stands on display, which we're going to put some armor on at some point in time, probably not today. But it's just like a central point in the house that leads you to just about everything. We can go down to the storage room, we can go out the front, or out to the balcony at the back here, or up our bubble columns here, which will take us to the next level. So these are obviously the same on either side, but it plops us out here at my miniature super smelter. I'm going to be building a bigger super smelter at some point in time, something that has a lot more furnaces than this. But for now, this is actually going to be quite nice, and it just allows me to use a blast furnace or a smoker or a regular furnace. It depends on what I have to smelt, of course. And from the smelting room, we can either go upstairs to the bedroom, which we'll do in 1 second, or we can go to either side here, just past the bubble columns, which is, of course, how we get down, by the way. Did you guys hear that explosion? I heard an explosion. Hang on a second. Let's make sure nothing's on fire. No creepers have just randomly decided to blow up. I have no idea. Did you guys hear that, or am I hearing things in my own head? It's quite possible. But yes, from here we can either go up to the storage, up to the bedroom, sorry, or we can go either side here past the bubble columns. This one just leads down and out to the balcony, and it's the same on both sides, I should mention. And then this ladder also takes us up to this level, which is just kind of like a nice little hideaway almost. It doesn't actually lead anywhere. It's entirely pointless being up here, but I think it's quite a nice spot. And we can also break these blocks underneath, all of them, and there's solid blocks there. So I'm thinking maybe if we want to make like some custom maps, we could display them on the floor here. That could be pretty cool. But yeah, as I said, that everything I've just showed you is the same on both sides. And now for the final room, the bedroom, all the way up here at the top of our house. And as you can see, we of course have a bed, which I'm going to go ahead and sleep in. It has a lovely view, by the way. That was entirely intentional, placing the bed here. The sun does set over here, so yeah, when I'm going to sleep, it should be quite a nice view. And as you can see, we used to have a window here on the other side, but I actually replaced it just for an opening. That way I can easily fly in and out to the bedroom instead of having to go through the entranceway and then walk all the way up like the bubble column and the ladder just to go to sleep. I can just fly through the back, so it's a mean of convenience, really, that. We have an enchanting table up here, probably won't ever use it, or at least not both of them in my world. Having two this close together, one here, one over at the starter base, is a little pointless, but I wanted to add it up here anyway. And then we have a nice aquarium, which, as you can see, is missing the fish. So that is the thing we're gonna do next. Take a quick trip to my nearest coral reef biome and see what colourful fish we can find. One quick trip through the nether and we've arrived at my mob farm over here in the desert, which just so happens to be right next to a coral reef biome. In fact, it doesn't even have to be a coral reef biome, it just has to be a warm ocean to find the tropical fish, but this is here anyway. It's very helpful. So let's see what type of fish we can find in these waters. I don't think I want any more than 2 fish. That might be a little bit overkill. So you're all alone. I can grab you as 1 fish. There we go. There's 2 pufferfish. I don't want them. They're too dangerous. I need something else that looks a little bit different to the one we just picked up. It really should not be this hard to find another fish. They've all gone. I can only find pufferfish. I've picked up 2 of them just in case I need them for whatever reason. Water breathing potions maybe. Aha, there we go. Okay, you little guys are actually perfect. Whoops, let me grab you. Okay, there we go. We got our 2 fish. They're quite different, I think. Can't really remember what the first one looked like, but hopefully they look nice in the aquarium. So here we have our yellow-tailed parrotfish? I cannot remember. I looked at the names, I've completely forgotten. Ornate butterfly fish is the other one. Yeah, I think yellowtail parrotfish is what it said. But there we go, let's close that down. And there they are, swimming around their little aquarium. How adorable. So I only have 2 more things to do. One is going to be a very quick job, and that's to cover up all of the snow layers with some string. That shouldn't take long at all. But the other task, yeah, it's going to take a bit longer. I need to at least label all of my items that are going to go inside of this chest here. So some real strong organization is going to have to take place. The snow is gone and my storage system has been organized. As you can see, I've got everything labeled. I am missing some chests here just because I don't need this much at the moment, but down the line I will probably need more, so that is a great sign that I still have some room left to fill up. But yeah, I've labeled everything, and every single time I do something like this, I always forget how long it takes. No joke, I've been here for over an hour just trying to figure out where everything's going to go, what I want grouped together, what I need to actually store here, and yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the butt, but I've got it done. Unfortunately, I haven't moved over any of my items just because I desperately need to get this video edited, rendered, and uploaded for you guys. It's currently Saturday morning. It goes out in about 5 hours. I don't usually leave it this late, so I need to hurry things up here. But the last thing I would quickly like to do is just dye these signs and make them nice and glowy. So I was experimenting with different colors and whether or not I should make them glow or not, and I think I've decided on spruce signs with the glow effect and also light grey dye. So that way it just stands out a little bit more than the regular black, and the grey makes it not so harsh. That looks a bit too much in my opinion. But yeah, I've decided on this being the best combo for what best suits my eyes personally. Now I'm confused because I don't know whether I can read these easier without the glow and the colour effect, just a regular black writing on the spruce sign. I've been looking at signs for an extremely long time. I honestly don't know what to do. I might leave it. Maybe I'll do like half of the room in this, and then the other half I'll leave it as it is. So if we can just dye all of these and then give them the glow effect, I can kind of mess around with my storage room whilst I'm filling in all of the chests, of course, in between episodes, and I can see which one I prefer. Because I honestly don't know. It's very close. I'm going to have a think. So there we go, everybody. That's going to do it for today's episode. And boy, oh boy, was it a big one today. I have spent all week on this video and loads of time beforehand trying to get this build planned and to my liking. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video and you like the build. Before we go, I would just like to wish you all a happy new year. It's currently the 1st of January, 2022. I hope you're all keeping well and healthy. I'm doing fine myself. I can't wish for any more. And also a big fat thank you for all of the support I received on my channel in the year of 2021. We started with about 40,000 subscribers, I want to say, and now we're sitting at over 110,000, which is crazy. I can't wait to see what position we're in this time next year. I'm very much so looking forward to making lots of content for you guys this year, and yeah, just a massive thank you for the continued support you guys show me. It truly, really is from the bottom of my heart super appreciated. This whole channel, it does a lot for me, and I cannot thank you guys enough because I wouldn't be doing it without a review. So thank you for all of that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.